very good morning. You're watching NewsX and I'm Shivani Singh. We are tracking some of the latest developments from the United Arab Emirates, where External Affairs Minister Dr. Jaishankar has reached Abu Dhabi in the UAE. This marks the beginning of his two-day official visit to the UAE on April 11th and 12th. During the visit, the External Affairs Minister Jaishankar will hold high-level meetings with the UAE leadership to review the close bilateral cooperation and further the deepening comprehensive strategic partnership between India and the UAE. Joining us on the broadcast is my colleague Aditya Wadhawan, who will give us some more details about this visit. Aditya, if you can take us through what all is expected to be on the agenda of this visit of Dr. S. Jaishankar.
Foreign Minister Jaishankar has reached Abu Dhabi in UAE, and he is set to visit till April 12th. And definitely, Foreign Minister Jaishankar is paying an official visit to the UAE and meeting the leadership of the UAE to review close cooperation and deepen the comprehensive strategic partnership between the two countries. And definitely at this critical juncture, when there's a war going on, when there's a war-like situation in the Middle East, it is essential that the diplomatic ties between India and UAE remain the same. As always, the ties between India and UAE has been robust. But we have seen how these bombing in the UAE within the last month, by Iran, has significantly changed the complete scenario in the United Arab Emirates. So indeed, at this juncture, it needs to be seen how things unfold in this scenario. Shivani.
All right. Thank you so much, Aditya, for all that information. Also joining us on this broadcast is Ambassador Jaishankar Gupta, former diplomat. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out your time and for speaking to NewsX. Ambassador Gupta, if I can ask about your observations regarding this visit that is coming of the External Affairs Minister to the UAE. This comes at a very significant time. There is currently a ceasefire in place. Talks are going on regarding the West Asia war. How do you look at this development when we have our Foreign Affairs Minister actually go to the UAE? There is a lot on agenda, but given the wider context of this West Asia war, how are you looking at it?
Good morning, Shivani. This is very, very important. You see, the Gulf states are in a big trouble. They have always been living under the shadow of Iran, but now that shadow has become more important because Iran is presently controlling the Gulf of Hormuz and the Strait of Hormuz. And the entire trade of these countries, all the 6 countries, that is Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait and Oman, is passing through that same area. And if Iran controls that region, that passage through the region, obviously all their foreign trade will be subjected to Iranian domination. That is one big trouble for these countries. They would never like the Iranian control over the Strait of Hormuz. It should remain a free passage. It has been in the past. And not only that, if this passage comes under Iranian control, there are many other states in the world which will also be then controlled by other countries who are close to those states. That would mean the entire shipping would be disturbed, disturbing the foreign trade all over the world. So that is one point. The other point is that these states have realized the power of Iran to destabilize them within a few days. A few missiles fired by Iran on these countries can destabilize them because these are countries with a small population and basically small area, city-states, and any disturbance in the city by 1 or 2 missiles can destabilize their economy. So it is very, very significant, and that is the reason why our minister, in fact 2 of them, Hardeep Puri was in Qatar,
Right.
and the External Affairs Minister is in UAE. I think they want to discuss how to stabilize the entire situation in this region and how to contain the unnecessary influence of Iran so that these countries are not dominated by Iranians in the future. I think that should be one of the major areas which I feel will be discussed between these countries.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for your perspective into this issue. We appreciate it. We are now moving on to some other news that is in fact